number one, you can only do so much with what you've got, right? So if you don't have certain space, you can't do anything about that. That's just what you have, right? But you can make the most of what you have. And so there's certain things that we want to make sure always. One is we want to make sure to create a space where connection happens outside of the worship center. In the worship center, that's the crowd. But we want to make space in our lobby, in our outside area, in our coffee shop area, in our anywhere. We want to make space so that people can connect. So much so that we in our lobby had a couple of offices that we spent money tearing out because it was taking space away from connection. So we made it into a connecting space so that our lobby would say, this is a place to connect. We love connect. We make it warm. We paint the walls. We have signage that says things that would make it more feel like when I go into certain coffee shops, I just want to sit down and talk to everybody because it's warm, it's welcoming, it smells good, it's clean. If I go into a place that's dirty, I'm a little bit like, what's going on here? But if it's clean, if it's taken care of, if it's welcoming, if it's warm, if the music's playing, if it smells good, those are all things that are playing into the senses to say, these people are taking this serious. I want to connect here. There's kind people. The pastors are in the lobby. I encourage all my team, work the lobby. Just shake hands and meet people and pray with people and remember names and go out into the breezeway, which is our outside area. Go out into the breezeway, shake hands and talk to people. It's okay. That's what we're here for, right? So I think there's that. And I think that signage is a key to make sure. I noticed even here today, I saw a lot of signs out there that said kids this way and bathrooms that way and worship center or whatever that way. One of the biggest complaints in the United States from people is we just didn't know where to go for when they visit a church for the first time. We just didn't know where to go. So our thing is we never want that to be a thing. We always want people to know where to go. And if they don't know where to go, it's clear that they know who to ask about where to go. And then that person doesn't point them in the direction to go, but brings them where they want to go. So if somebody walks onto our campus, I want them to feel like these people are serious about this. This place is clean and welcoming. I know where I'm supposed to go because they have a spot there that says, if you're new here, come here. I don't know where to bring my kids. So I'm going to ask somebody, hey, where do I bring my kids? And then that person's not going to say, oh, you go over there, you turn right, you go in those doors, and then you turn right. No, that person's going to say, come on, I'll show you. And that person says, let me introduce you to Jessica. She's our Kids Life lady. Let me introduce you to Kelly. She's one of our Kids Life ladies. And this is so-and-so. They're the first time here, and this is their kid, and you make connections. What did we just do? We just made them feel like this is a community where the lady out there knows the lady in kids ministry. They know each other. If they know each other and they're interested in them knowing me, well, they must be a place where I can be known and know as well. So we want to make sure that that's the case, right? And then we always want to, again, drip the culture. And the culture is one of relational connection. That's what we often say. This is a place of relational connection. We want to connect and relate to one another. And we want you to connect. So we make clear next steps. So if a first-time visitor comes to our church, we want them to know what's the next step for me. They may say, I like this place. People are nice. The lobby is clean. The signs are clear. They know each other. They seem to really like each other. I want to get involved here. We want them to know immediately, this is how you can get involved here. This is your next step. So we call it Intro to Life. It's an introductory class that we do once a month. We announce it every single week to the point where some of our regular members are like tired of hearing about it. But we announce it again and again and again because we do not want any guest to come to our church and not know what the next step is. The next step is to go to Intro to Life. And then there's things that we're careful. So we don't call them visitors. Visitors implies that they're coming and they're not coming back. They're just visiting. We call them guests because guests are different than visitors. In the English language, guests implies you're part of us. You're a guest. We want you to go from being a guest to a member. But a visitor implies we only expect you to come once and never come again. Whether or not that sinks in or not, we're just careful for our minds to not use the word visitors. We try not to use things that we call insider language. Larry Osborne talks a lot about that, where we don't use abbreviations. We don't call Intro to Life ITL, because nobody would know what ITL is. We call it Intro to Life. We don't use we don't call our church LBC, like Life Baptist Church. No, we're a Life Church, because we don't ever want a guest to think, I don't know what they're talking about. So what we're trying to do is from the very beginning, make them feel like this is a place you can belong, because we're not trying to make you feel uncomfortable. We've expected you. If you've ever visited a house and the person didn't expect you, that's a different experience than if you visit a house and they're expecting you. I want the people to come to our church and feel like they've been expecting us. This is a place that wants us here. They want us here, and we can belong here. And they love each other. They're genuine in their relationships. There's space out here in the lobby to connect. There's signs that are pointing us where to go. All of those things are saying something. It's saying, come, we want to know you. We want you to be known. We want to have a relationship with you. And we long for that. Those are just some of the things that come to my head.